Howdy y'all, and welcome to the Mr. Maple Show. I'm Tim, we're MrMaple.com, a family mail order business. We love Japanese maples, we do over 1,000 varieties, we ship them directly to your door.
Guys, we got a fun one for you today. I'm Matt here at Mr. Maple. We love bringing rare and interesting plants to show you on this channel, and today's no exception. We've got Acer platanoides Rezek. This is one of the rarest maples we ever offer on Mr. Maple. You know, this one's often credited for being introduced here at Buckholtz Farm because he was one of the first guys to commercially sell it. Now, it was an introduction by Ed Rezek, who found this funky, contorted seedling and it got it into the trade. They're difficult to graft, but they're awesome once you get them going. Guys, we're standing next to what would be likely a 10 to 15-year-old specimen of this. They're extremely slow growing, putting on only 3 inches to 4 inches of growth, sometimes even in a season. We're going to show you some massive specimens of this. Some of the very first ones ever grafted are here at Buckholtz Farm. They're only getting bigger than this one from here.
Yeah, this is a really cool plant. I like how it has the twist. It also has really sharp edges to the leaves, which gives it a really unique texture, as this looks almost like a Shishigashiro form of an Acer platanoides. Now, I've heard that this is a reoccurring trait that you can find in Acer platanoides, and sometimes people actually even say that it may be from Acer platanoides columnar, which I could see happening because this is a very columnar Norway maple as well. But this is such a funky and awesome tree. It's one of those plants that collectors love. Anyone who sees this is like, man, this is a cool tree.
Yeah, the original was just Rezek, named there for Ed Rezek. There's been several other selections made, Carlton, Curly Lamppost. I think there's even a few others. I think they're all fairly similar, if you want to know my opinion. If you took the labels off, I could never tell you the difference. The original is Rezek, and that's typically the one we offer. I think the other ones may just be a reoccurring thing you find as well. Pretty similar to Rezek, a really funky mutated seedling that I think adds a crazy interest in the garden. Guys, let's go check out some even bigger Acer platanoides Rezeks. Hope you're ready. All right, guys, now we're standing next to a specimen that is probably more in that 20 to 25 year range. We're getting bigger. But look at this Acer platanoides Rezek. These things are phenomenal, especially when they get a little bit of size to them.
I mean, the caliper on this thing down here, I mean, it's probably got a 7, 8 inch caliper. This is a really old Rezek. It's one of the older Rezeks that I've seen. I mean, it really has such a unique texture as you see it this size. It's a really special plant.
Now, these are typically pretty expensive in ones just because there's no sign wood. Even on a plant this size, you might find, oh gosh, like 10 places to graft off this tree. The signs are incredibly small. It's almost as hard to graft as Sir Happy. You're grafting something this size onto a big understock, making these very hard to propagate. They're super durable once propagated, but man, it is a trick to get this one going.
It's such a cool tree though. This makes such a cool statement out in the landscape. And anyone who sees one of these plants, especially one of this size, it's something special.
All right, let's go check out a bigger one. All right, y'all, we're here with our last Rezek of the day. This thing is massive. This is more like a 30 to 35-year-old Rezek, and actually a lot of sign wood on this one behind me.
It is huge, y'all. This is one of the biggest ones I've ever seen. Rezek, it rarely gets this size. Y'all, this one's been around because Talon was one of the very first people to produce it and introduce it in the nursery trade. And this is probably one of his first grafts, is what I'm guessing, because of the size of this amazing tree. The stature they get at this size, they get a little bit more width at the very top, but I mean, this tree, you know, while it's so huge, it's probably only 3.5 foot wide at the widest points on this tree. I mean, it's extremely narrow overall. This is one of the best specimens I've ever seen of Acer platanoides Rezek.
All right, guys, Rezek is going to work zones 4 through 8. You got to avoid a little bit some of those higher heat zones, give it some protection. Being an Acer platanoides, an outstanding plant to be growing. I think it's one we wanted to showcase here. That tight internoding makes it a fan favorite. You know, gives you some of that Sir Happy type vibes. It is a tricky one to produce, I ain't gonna lie. It's hard as heck to graft this one, y'all. But once you get one, it is outstanding. It's such a cool plant to be growing, and it's so funky that every plant collector gotta have a Rezek in the garden.
You have to, and it's one of the trees that's hard to get a hold of. We sell out of it very quickly when we list it on Mr. Maple. Make sure you sign up for our weekly emails on MrMaple.com. We add 10 new trees every Tuesday and sometimes even on Thursdays. Sign up for that weekly email. Rezek's likely coming to a 10 at 10 near you.
Guys, if you like this kind of content, go give us a 5-star Google review. We love that kind of thing. And just keep subscribing here to the Mr. Maple Show. We're bringing you constant content from Mr. Maple to the Buckholtz Garden out here in Oregon. We love showing you guys around. Take care.
God bless.
And have a great day.